Tasha never treated any of us that way. She stayed late, showed up early, never complained. She bought Lily lunch her first week here and didn't say a word about it. Lily's voice cracked when she spoke. She helped me get my brakes fixed. Paid half. I didn't even ask. And there it was, the shift. The weight in the room changed, like someone had cracked open a window none of us knew was stuck. Clayton stood in a space that used to be his, but no longer belonged to him. He scanned the room, eyes narrowed. All of you think you're heroes now, huh? You think she's some kind of saint? No one answered. That silence echoed louder than any protest. The old veteran, the one with the worn hands and the sharp memory, gently folded his napkin and placed it on the plate. He reached for the purple heart pin resting beside it, but one of the Marines stopped him. Leave it, he said softly. It belongs here now. The old man nodded once. Tell her thank you, he whispered. Tell her my boys never forget. He stood, slower than most, but still with dignity, and followed the Marines out. As the door shut behind them, the entire cafe changed. The air was heavier, charged. Clayton stared at the napkin on the plate, at the pin. He said nothing. But outside, someone else was already waiting. It wasn't flashy. No sirens, no flag bumper stickers, just a black Chevy Suburban rolling quietly to a stop in front of the cafe. Rain had faded to a mist now, barely clinging to the windshield. The engine idled for a moment. Then the driver's door opened. Tasha, still sitting on the bench, looked up. She didn't recognize the vehicle, but there was something about the way it moved, smooth, deliberate, like it belonged to someone who didn't waste time. Doors opened one after another. 4 men stepped out. Not young, not fresh-faced. These weren't recruits. These were Marines who'd been through things and come out the other side with a calm most people never understand. 2 black, 1 Latino, 1 white. Their uniforms were clean, but lived in. Their boots regulation, but broken in. The first to step forward had sergeant stripes on his chest and the kind of posture that made people straighten up without thinking. His name tag read, Cole. People passing by slowed down to look, but they didn't stop. You could tell. These men weren't here for coffee. They scanned the cafe windows silently. Cole opened the door. The others followed. The bell rang like it always did, but this time it felt different, like someone had unplugged the entire room. Reggie, still at his corner table, whispered, Those ain't tourists. Behind the counter, Clayton froze. Sergeant Cole looked around. Then he saw the booth, still set, the half-eaten meal, the Purple Heart. He walked to it, stood silently for a few seconds, then turned. Who fired the woman who gave him this plate? No one answered. You, he said, eyes locking on Clayton. Clayton tried. Look, I don't know what this is about. Yes, you do, Cole cut in. You know exactly what this is about. The tallest Marine stepped forward, scar curving under his chin, Walter Hagerty. He served with our unit's grandfather, Cole added, the man who taught us what it means to be brothers. Walter didn't speak much, but when he did, they listened. He'd called, said someone showed more loyalty than he'd seen in years, and got fired for it. So they made time. She broke policy, Clayton tried again. She gave away food without permission. You know how many policies get broken when a life's on the line? The Marine with the scar asked. We were taught to lead by example. Sounds like she was too. The stockier one pointed to the Purple Heart. That pin doesn't belong on your table. It belongs to people who understand sacrifice. Clearly, that ain't you. Phones came out. Some filmed, some just watched. Outside, Tasha stepped toward the window, breath catching when she saw them. Inside, Clayton flailed. I'm not here to be lectured. This is my business. You don't like it, don't eat here. Cole nodded. Fair. Just know, we don't forget either, and we don't stay quiet when someone disrespects one of our own or someone who protects them. You fired the wrong one, Walter said. But they weren't the only ones who showed up. Word was spreading. Tasha didn't want to go back in. She stood outside, frozen, watching 4 Marines in full uniform standing in her old workplace. Then Lily burst through the door. Tasha, she cried. You need to come back inside, please. I'm not trying to make it worse, Tasha replied. You didn't make it worse, Lily said. You did the only thing that made any of this make sense. Back inside, Clayton tried to hold the room with a stare, but it was gone. When Tasha walked in, people clapped, soft, respectful. I thought I made it clear, Clayton barked. You no longer work here. I'm not here for the job, Tasha said. I'm here because a man who served this country deserved a warm meal, and because I'm tired of acting like kindness needs permission. The cafe was quiet. Then Cheryl, who ran the salon 2 doors down, crossed her arms. I've seen how you treat your staff, the passive-aggressive notes, the threats. You didn't fire her for giving away a plate. You fired her because she reminded people you don't care. That's not true. Man, Reggie said, I've been coming here 2 years. You've never once said good morning. Even Omar, the teenage dishwasher, spoke. She didn't sneak anything. I heard her. She paid for it, with her own tips, and she's the only one who ever asked if I needed a ride home. You quitting? Clayton snapped. I don't know, Omar said, but I'm not scared of you. It all cracked after that. A trucker named Lenny dropped a $20 for the veterans' lunch and for the waitress who should still be here. One by one, people followed, leaving bills, nodding to Tasha. By the 6th person, Clayton's voice was hoarse. This is mutiny. No, Cole said. This is accountability. Then came Charles Fenner, local contractor. I heard what happened. If you're not working anywhere else, I'd be proud to offer you a job. Better pay, better hours, a place where people respect those who make it all work. Tasha blinked. Why would you do that? Because Walter Hagerty is my uncle, and I trust him more than most people on this earth. By that evening, a video Cheryl had taken of the Marines confronting Clayton had gone viral. Facebook, Twitter, veteran forums. Strangers called the cafe not for takeout, to speak their minds. By Monday, the cafe was empty. No regulars, no music, just hollow air and Clayton behind the register, rearranging receipts that didn't matter. A local outlet ran a story. Waitress fired for feeding veteran finds new purpose at Hagerty Center. Thousands of comments. Tasha Melrose is a local hero. You don't punish people for being decent. Tasha started her new job the next morning. The Hagerty Veterans Outreach Center wasn't fancy, but it was warm. Walter was there too, sipping coffee, working on a crossword he wasn't really solving. You made it, he smiled. Yeah, she said. I made it. On the wall near the entrance, someone had printed a still from the video. Marines behind her. And beneath it, you don't punish people for being decent. Would you like me to prepare this for publication, export as a document, or help you pitch it anywhere?